Sagittarius, hi, we are here to do your February reading, February 2020 for Sagittarius. Let's see, February for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus and Jupiter for February. February, the Fool, I'm a fool in love. I'm sure you had that before. A journey, trip. Someone might be going on a trip, or you'd be careful because you might trip and fall. I'm also hearing taking something. Someone wants to take you away or take you out of something. Take you out. So it's either a new person. It feels like a new person, a new love interest. This is obviously where you're going to have a choice between whether you want to stay or go. Is that, do you want to stay where you are, or do you physically want to be with a person and travel to them? But this can also go in the other way. Because it feels like I'm going. Or like someone's left. Let's see, Sagittarius for February. Sagittarius, thank you. Judgment, you see, there you go, left. Someone left. Someone has literally just ended a complete cycle and starting a fresh new beginning. So obviously judgment is called upon yourselves of an action that is called upon you. Okay, so this would all be about you, Sag. There's a lot of distance between you and your person, if there is. Okay, this can be a physical loss of someone, like a physical, something physical and metaphysical. Some kind of examination, they're also saying, being put to the test. Some of this is a theory test to do with travelling, which would be a driving theory test. Something's being theory, they keep saying theory, theoretical, operacal, also operation. Some kind of operation, also theatrical, as in a student of sorts, to do with drama, okay, but also travel. Some of you, this is passing a test. A lot of this is like a leaving the state and the whole place and leaving it all behind and physically moving to start over fresh, okay. Some of this is passing a test, theory test to do with driving, okay. Or even a plane. I'm even picking up some are interested in a plane ticket. Someone's saying something about a plane ticket. You've got a free pass. Free pass. Someone's looking for a free pass. Okay, well, so yeah, so whoever's going to get turned down, there is a turning down. Someone will be turned down. Okay, turned down. It feels like I'm just starting afresh, and the moment that I do, the person from the past comes back. Again, this is a definite revisitation from the past, 100%. This is also someone that you might, in the family, that could have been deceased, and that is very upsetting, okay, upsetting. I keep hearing absurd amount. There's an absurd amount. There's quite a lot of something. There's a lot to do. Someone works in the medical field as well, and this is like kneel by mouth. This would be possibly as a job, or for some of you, this is someone that is ill in the family, and there will be a kneel by mouth to nurse them back to health. There's some kind of like health concern also that you're either going through, or someone that you know is going through a health concern, but someone's very concerned about traveling. Now, I will give you my statement, because there's a statement, okay? Do not travel to see Z twin flames if you're in one. Do not be travelling across the world to give everything up to go towards a twin flame relationship, if that's what you're feeling. Twin flames can be hypnotic, okay? You still have to follow your karma and your calling, because there's someone that's calling you in here to travel, as if to say, well, I don't know whether I'm going to be travelling or not. Okay, do not put all of your eggs in one basket to travel, because it's not what I would be doing. Trust me, I've been there and lived that one. But you see, 5. So someone's going to be turned down to do with like a travel insurance or travel. Like someone wants you and they're calling you in, but they're calling you in falsely. This is a false prophet and a false claim. Someone's claiming something, but for some of you, it's like a negative, because this can well be you that's turning someone down, you see. But what I'm picking up is like a false claim. Like someone's claiming something, but it's not there. So there can be a lot of belief that it's there, but it's really not, because I'm picking up like someone's like lost in like space and lost in like what to do and where to go, and it's like now I'm just lost without this physical person, or that it's finished and I have to completely start over again. But they're calling you back in for the same thing. Trust me, when you can come across karmic partners, it can feel so exciting and hypnotic when someone attaches to your light source. Okay? Vibration works off static of the mind here, because you can be so open-minded and so open, and that when you do, you're actually down here. That's the power of a light worker, because you attract in darkness and light at the same time. And your head can tell you all kinds of static and noise that you can start to listen to, okay? And then you form a connection with someone, okay, that's attracted themselves to the upper parts of your vibration, okay? But when you discover that, it's a low vibration, and that's where the devil lies. The devil lies physically here now, okay? Might have something to do with the Capricorn energy, but the devil lies down here, okay? Saturn and everything is all playing major parts in astrology at the moment as well. And when you're down here, you can be an illusion, okay, because it's hypnosis, okay? I'm also picking up some kind of like hypnosis therapist or hypnosis, like under a trance. This is like a dance music as well, but trance, like something that's under a trance, okay? But when you're under that influence, because there's a lot of influence, seems to be, okay, that is drawing someone down, okay, that's where the devil gets you, because you can't never see the devil, but you can see things happen in your life because you start to speak and act and react from a low vibration of hypnosis through the devil energy. So when you're listening to certain amounts of the ego throughout all of the day, at the end of the day, you can act out on that vibration of the mind. When the mind is lost, the soul is lost, you start to act unaccording to, well, you act for your karma, you know, so you can be left, right, forward, backs, all over the place, okay, because it feels like at the moment this thing here is all over the place. There's a lot of unknown, okay. I'm also picking up insurance as well, like there's a lot of unknown insurance, like a policy, okay. I'm also picking up polyps as well, to do with breathing, but policy or polyamorphy. What does polyamorphy mean? Polyamorphy? Because I'm hearing polyamorphy. I don't know what that is. But also a performance of like having to realise that if that's what you want to do as a career, that you will have to leave something completely behind and move in order to take this risk to do this performance here. Okay? Still same applies if this is for soulmate twin flame love. That the person that's feeling down is the person that realises that they've got to leave everything behind to come together for the fall. It's like a before-after reversal. It's all in reverse. I'm picking up reversing, and something to do with an accident maybe, that someone could be reversed, like reversed into someone, and there was a claim of someone reversing into somebody, okay? But it feels like I'm in reverse, like I'm going forward but then I'm just in reverse. I think this is coming through as someone that's taking a driving test in reverse. Sagittarius for February. Sagittarius for February. I have to limit the amount of stuff that I channel, though. I have to, because I could be here all day giving loads of different messages through those. But you see, there's a lot of waiting. There's a lot of waiting on this investment to do with money, okay? There's a lot of waiting on this person as well. This could be the person that's waiting for you, you see. This is waiting for your karma to, you know, you've just always got good and bad karma, okay? And you never know what that is until you face it. And the intuition here is not really on, it's there, but the intuition grows by you facing your karma, because you'll have to do that no matter what. And an attachment of a negative energy forms itself on you as attaching it to you, okay? The physical pain is when someone pulls away from that because they don't want to face things about themselves. And that's why a trigger will trigger you off to separate and not finish your karmic contract. Karmic contracts can be finished with souls, but they didn't complete themselves. Okay, when it doesn't get completed, it pulls apart and you turn around and you face another. And that's when you can walk into another relationship that possibly wouldn't work out, or another soulmate, or another lesson. Okay, because there seems to be a lot of lessons around this facing fear and facing facts of being able to face your karma, that someone can't face things at the moment. It's like, I can't face, because I keep picking up something to do with face. I can't face something. Face. Feels like there's an avoiding someone a lot. But do you see what I'm saying, Sagittarius, about karma? Is that it's always there. You'll never get rid of it, and you'll never finish off your karmic contract until you die, and then you relive another instant of life, okay, through another meat suit. So you can never avoid personal growth, and it is there no matter what. And when someone pulls away from that, and then you get that codependency and reliance, okay, that can leave your state of elevation down here. That's where you can hear all kinds of stuff, okay, by being open and a medium as well, okay? And that when you do, you can listen to dark energy, but you start to listen to anything because you're lost. You've woke up out of a casket kind of thing and reawoken yourself, okay? But when one pulls away, it's very painful because they don't want to face you and you can't really face them. So that's why you get fight or flight, okay? If that just breaks, the universe will just say, well, you didn't want to learn your lessons together. It's too much. We need to put you together with someone else. Cupid arrow, 8, okay? Put you together. You head from 7, head towards 8. So you're heading towards something. Let's see, Sagittarius. That was a section that I was going to do on that as a purpose of video. You see, because I'd have more time to talk. But I don't know about everybody else, but me, I've been going through a lot for astrology at the moment. My head is just like, I'm hearing loads of stuff when I used to write and things. So I'm getting loads of other downloads of stuff at the moment, personally. But there seems to be a lot of waiting on this opportunity for money. You see, like there might be this thing to do with this job offer that you might have landed it and it's there. And it's on your feet for you to do it. But there's a lot of waiting hand and foot, you see, hand and foot. It's there waiting on someone hand and foot. So there's a lot of like service of things that you've got to do first. But there's a lot of like waiting on someone hand and foot. Like in your soul group, it means that someone would be run ragged doing this and doing that, and I'm doing this, and I'm cooking and I'm cleaning, and I'm, you know, they're still waiting on someone, you know. But this opportunity that's coming through, it seems like it's there and you're waiting for it, but you realise that you've got to leave, you know, that you might have to leave completely a job, physically move to another state or country. And because of that, this opportunity is still there. So I can't see what you're waiting for. So probably what you're waiting for is either one, a better opportunity or a better offer from someone and not this person from the past if it's love, or you're waiting on a job offer or some money, an inheritance. Inheritance. Now they're saying inheritance from a family member that could have passed. And you might be waiting on this money, because this could be a lot of money here, okay, that's being waited on. Because there's a lot of waiting on this money investment to come through first before you can physically go, okay? So you might be wanting to go. This 5 of here is probably just an energy that your partner could be going through at the same time, that you realise that to live together, people have got to separate. And this separation can be away from friends and a town and place, so it depends on what you're waiting for. Yeah. But it feels like the job is there, so it's secure. This is security. And someone seeing someone as a good security blanket. Okay? But there's also someone that realises that to get to this, you've got to leave something behind. That's either a physical place or personal people, because everybody has to be left behind in judgment. You know, that's a fresh start and a new beginning. You can never live in the past or regret. You know, for judgment, it means that if you can physically forget everything that's been done and everything that's been done and said, if you can forget that and you rejoice and you rejuvenate through the 3 of Cups and you come back together, okay, and you do turn around, If you do that, that's down to you. That doesn't say that this tarot card reading would be for you for the rest of the month. You know, it probably would, but who knows what the next month's going to bring. You always judge things of how they've been in the past. That's past, present and future. You judge upon what's happened in a physical relationship, and you either have a choice to continue on another cycle or end the whole thing altogether. Okay, but that's there, that someone is waiting for an answer to be given about this full opportunity. That's the Ace of Pentacles. But it would be a stable offer, but it can also be given up, you see. So someone desperately wants to know. The Knight of Swords definitely wants to know how fast someone wants to go with this relationship. Is like, are you going to travel? Because it feels like, well, I'll travel really quickly. You know, there seems to be an urgency that someone wants to know something very urgently. However that's playing out in your life, whether it be to do with travel, love, money, or anything. But someone wants to know very quick about this opportunity that someone's waiting on. Okay. And it feels like, well, when I'm waiting, I'm going to get very impatient. And this person can start to act out, you see, through a low vibration here, can be the same person that's here. That through this waiting and don't know, this person can start to be down here through a low vibration, can start to think all sorts of stuff, you know, through their head of playing out scenarios. The scenario is that there needs to be a decision made of whether someone wants to go forward on this relationship or this travel, okay, or whatever it is. And that I think that this is this person here that's getting wound up by someone that doesn't fully know something yet, and that you could get a violent call from someone, because this is a call that was said no, and it feels like someone doesn't want to take no for an answer, as if I'm not prepared to take that for an answer. That's not quite sufficient, and that's not good enough. You need to tell me yes or no. So that's the conversation more likely that's going to go ahead, is as you need to tell me if the answer is yes or no. And if the answer is no, I'm not quite satisfied either. And if the answer is yes, I think someone is still confused of what to do. Because it feels like I can't live with you and I can't live without you either. There's someone that needs something like financial support, or they need supporting in certain ways through cooking or cleaning or money or an investment or anything like that. But they need certain things, but they don't need everything. Because it feels like someone's being used for something. Like I'm not using you, but see, some of this can be family, right? That I'm invested into this relationship of family and into this business, but it's not quite as enough as what I really hoped it to be. So there are certain things that I'm getting out of it, but just not everything. It's just not quite satisfactory enough. And that the dilemma is that equality was always formed by an equilibrium of life. And because of that, there seems to be, well, I need certain things, but I don't need everything, you know. So I'll just take some stuff, but just not all of it. Someone is like left the house and it's like, well, I'm taking some of it, but there's an argument that could be arise by, you're not taking everything. And for some, it might be you're not taking the children away. You're not taking the kids away, because this can be children. Okay, and that you're not going to take the kilt. That could be Scottish. See you splat rabbit. Come here, I get you carrot. But you're not going to take the Celtic, or Kelly, the name Kelly, or Kel, or hell. Oh dear, I heard that one. Something to do with going to hell. Sorry, not physically. Just that might be someone saying that you can go to hell. That you're not taking the children away from me, and that you're not going to move because you're staying here. For some of you, you're in this strong contract with an ex, right? And that you have kids with them, and that you're like, you're not taking my children away from me. And someone might be saying, well, listen, I want to move and I want to go on holiday, but I'm physically looking to actually probably change location of job and physical location full term. And because of full term, terms are coming through as terms of kids' holidays and stuff like that, through terms that are coming up for a week's holiday as well in April, January, February, sorry, for your reading. But whilst that is, it feels like there's some kind of conflict of having to go back and report to someone to say, is that all right? But if that's a physical, like, we need to move and get out away from this scenario, that the children may have grown up now and they're older to make their own decisions, but they possibly want to come with you, but the ex-partner is causing some kind of dilemma, as if to say, no, you're not taking my kids away from me full time. If you're going to be living the other side of the country, then when do we get visitation rights? So there is that there too, for a lot of you, of that children and ex-family members are possibly not, that are not really, they're going through judgment of witnessing a lot of stuff and things. This is a witness to things as well, that through calling people up now and again, but not getting a satisfactory amount of like response that they want. That you might talk to the person just now and again, but the response that you get is not always the one that you want or that they want, you know, because someone wants more and they are propelling to the pill. This could be a woman's cycle as well. It could be someone could be going through the change and their mood is changing from left to right, up and down, up and down, up and down. My mood is like up and then it's down and then it's up and then it's down. Right? But that doesn't have to be you. It can be a family member or friend that you're witnessing, is like their mood is like up and then it's down and then it's up and then it's down. You know, that can be a woman's thing. But listen, if you think that men don't get like that either, you're well mistaken. That's just part of a man's ego. What are you smoking at? I'm perfect, aren't I? I'm only kidding. No. Men have got, I'm just going to shut up, Sag, again. But that's definitely there. Okay. But there are big decisions that are needed to be made that's going to finalise something, you know, a finalise of leaving a job altogether and finding another career, or leaving a state and town or something and leaving it behind and be able to start this fresh new thing. But I think that when you do that and you make that decision, I think that someone's not going to like it. You know, I don't think they're going to fully like that you start doing things for yourselves, and that there might be a child even that might start to react through your own actions. You see, your own actions won't never be seen as the best ones for other people, and you'll get that all over in life, that the moment you take an action for oneself, other people are not going to like it, you know. So it feels like I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't, you know. I mean, it's like me, for instance, as well with this channel, okay? Me, I'll put this video out, okay, and someone will dislike this video the moment they see it before they've even seen the reading. You get some very strange people in life, Sagittarius, you know, and the way I see it is that the people that hit down, what happened to people in the past life and where do people go? You see, that, yeah, in the olden days. But generally, down and down and down and down and down. It's because it's just because they're down here. They can't understand their karma and they can't elevate themselves to do something nice. So they just hate upon people and hate and hate and hate. And you get that, you know, you do. But I mean, I like haters, you know, because I'll give you a little bit, you know, you got haters, right, wherever you go. But people that click on this channel, that say if you don't join Patron, but people that just watch this for free, you know, still get, it still helps my channel. So they're helping me. They'll just hit the dislike button, but they still clicked on the channel to watch it, which gives me more views, more counts, more rates, everything else. So that outweighs all of the one dislike that you might get from someone or a few. Doesn't bother me none. It actually helps me out. So haters, if there is any, spot on, thanks very much. Right, but I can start to feel this, you see, basically, Sagittarius, you can turn anything into a positive, you know, anything into a positive. But that's how you fight things off, you see, is remaining positive. That's what you attract, is positivity. is light. You will attract all sorts of stuff. It's the way you work for it yourself, of the reaction that you get from people, because you're going to get left and right. Okay, I don't know why I'm kind of like, listen. I'm also hearing some kind of appointment that someone has to go to for a possible pregnancy that comes. You see, there could have been a pregnancy in a family, and there could have been a loss for some as well. But because I'm picking up like something to do with like blood work and blood groups, like groups of people, and I'm picking up like there's a group around you that, you know, that's why you'll get numbers, okay, that will be like 7 and 7, which will be hang around positive vibrational people to feed off their energy. But you'll learn through that by being empathic, is that the people will spark off your vibration. That's just what other people do through ideas. They get ideas through other people's creation, and then they start to transform it and mute it into their own. That's just the law of the world. But there's definitely that kind of feeling there that there's a, because I keep hearing like a, I don't know. Just get on with the reading, Stephen. Sagittarius. I mean, to me, I don't ever see these cards as like there's a person on a sword and they're just going to come in. You know, the channeled messages that are there are the essence of vibration that you get through a higher state of mind. That's when you can think more clearly. When you're down here, you can't think clear. You listen to the devil. You listen to the ego. Everybody does it all the time. The devil is very present in this deck and also in life. When you're down here, that's what you listen to. It can be anything. You don't even know whether it's true or false. Okay. That feeling is definitely here. I don't know whether it's true or whether it's false. I don't know who to believe, and I'm just lost. There is, yeah, it's something to do with this Four of Wands. It's outer space, twin flame, or whatever. That's what I said. If you're on this journey, you can take my advice whether people want to or not. If you're on a journey of, I'm planning a trip and I'm going to spend £2,000 or whatever to travel to see Z, twin flame, where we've been speaking and whatnot, but we haven't physically met and lived together yet. When your two energies collide, right, you'll only ever find that out. But please be careful and cautious if you're willing to give up something to physically move and give everything up to go and move with someone that you haven't physically lived with for a while. Okay, you got to try that one out. Okay, but please don't go spending a lot of money if someone is, because you could well be looking at your savings account as if to say, okay, how much have I got saved? Is it soon time to go? Is it soon time to go to meet my knight in shining armor? Okay, someone could be getting very frustrated because they're not, or they are, or they're not, or they are. But that's individual choice of still following your karma. You're probably, well, the best lessons learned are the one that hurt, right? The one that sting the most, the one that hurt. So you probably have to do that, maybe. But Four of Wands, it's all to do with physical movement and also giving up a house as well. As what I said, someone has to give up this house or the family property or the... So, okay, some of you are saying that this is the inheritance, that this is what's being sought after, and this is going on between family because someone probably passed on, and what they passed on is a property and a property value. Okay, someone's also looking into their property value themselves, of what it would take to sell the home and what they would get for it. Okay, but generally this is all what's going on at home as well, that there's a lot going on with your family and children and friends and at work. Okay, but you're still in a karmic bind with someone. Okay, this can also be facing a prison sentence, that someone probably got released and they're having to start again and wait. And this would be good news that you are released, or that someone could be going to. Who knows? Who knows? But that might be what's waiting on, is the verdict. There's some kind of like verdict. verdict or addict. I heard Vedic astrology, but verdict or addict. I also heard addict, an addiction. Someone has an addiction. Okay, that's your reading. Well, we went on for half an hour, Sagittarius. So we're going to continue on with your timeline continuum, and then we will clarify the cards to see what's going to come out for the rest of your February. This is just the beginning channel messages, but we'll see for future predictions of what's going to happen for the rest of February. Okay, that's what I ask, is continue on up until the end of February. So you can find the link to that if you want access to all of the readings that I do. You can find the link to that in Patron in the Show More section. Patron gives you access to your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter, and also your Descendant. That are also good ways of looking at, because I give you as much information as I can that hopefully should start to relate to everything. So you get access to those if you want to join Patreon. If you want a personal reading, you can also reach out from the link below, and then we will continue on with the weeklies and the bi-weeklies as before. Okay, Sagittarius, that's it. I hope you guys are all right. Please like, share and subscribe. I really would appreciate it, or at least just a like. It really would help out the channel as much as possible. View rates really do help, and also for me to do readings quicker. Okay? All right, guys, thanks very much, and I'll catch you again soon.